Back in December 2022, a copy of the Torah was seized by officials in Turkey. The team said they received a tip that the manuscript was going up for sale, and so quickly moved in to retrieve the artifact before it was sold. The manuscript was expected to make around $1.5 million, and it's because of this that officials have said that these underground networks are working harder than ever to find these types of manuscripts. Diggers are being hired to excavate across various regions throughout the Middle East in the hopes that they come across these biblical artifacts. In the past, they've been sold for millions of dollars to private investors. During the interrogation at the District Gendarmerie Command, the officers reported that the manuscript had been transported from Istanbul to the district of Giresun. One user on social media said that they were able to translate it, and said that judging by the pages and texts used, it's around 700 to 900 years old. It's likely that investigations will be carried out on the book in order to make sure that it's genuine, and if it is, it will likely be placed away in storage, or may even end up in a museum. Biblical artifacts are objects that have a direct connection to the Bible, its stories, and its characters. They can include ancient scrolls, fragments of pottery, inscriptions, coins, and other items that are mentioned in the Bible, or shed light on the context in which the Bible was written. These artifacts are an essential part of the world's cultural and religious heritage, and they provide valuable insights into the history, society, and culture of the biblical era. Protecting biblical artifacts is important for several reasons. They offer a glimpse into the history of the people and cultures that existed during the time of the Bible. They are valuable sources of information for scholars, researchers, and historians who seek to understand the past and how it has influenced our present. Biblical artifacts can provide insights into the religious beliefs and practices of the people of the time, as well as the evolution of religious thought and practice over time. They help us understand the context in which the Bible was written and the beliefs of those who wrote it. The Bible has had a profound impact on Western civilization and is a foundational text for many cultures and societies. Biblical artifacts are an important part of our shared cultural heritage and can help us connect to the past and our collective history. Many of these artifacts are legally protected by national and international laws, as well as ethical guidelines established by organizations such as the International Council of Museums. These laws and guidelines are in place to prevent the theft, looting, and illicit trade of cultural property, which can have devastating effects on local communities and the preservation of cultural heritage. For many people of faith, biblical artifacts hold great religious significance and are considered sacred objects. Protecting these artifacts is therefore a matter of respecting and honoring religious beliefs and practices. The Torah, the book that we just previously covered that was found in Turkey, is the central text of Judaism, and it is also considered the foundational text of the Abrahamic religions. It is composed of 5 books: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, which together tell the story of the creation of the world, the history of the Jewish people, and the giving of the law at Mount Sinai. The word Torah comes from the Hebrew word meaning instruction or teaching, and the text is believed to have been revealed by God to Moses on Mount Sinai around 3,300 years ago. According to Jewish tradition, the Torah was given to Moses in both written and oral form, and it was passed down through generations of scholars and teachers before being compiled into its final written form. Each of the 5 books of the Torah has a different focus and theme. The book of Genesis tells the story of the creation of the world, as well as the history of the patriarchs and matriarchs of the Jewish people, including Adam and Eve, Noah, Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. The book of Exodus tells the story of the Israelites' enslavement in Egypt and their miraculous escape, led by Moses. It also includes the giving of the 10 Commandments and other laws at Mount Sinai. The book of Leviticus contains a detailed system of laws and rituals governing the religious and social life of the Israelites, including rules for sacrifice, purity, and the role of priests. The book of Numbers includes a census of the Israelites and their journey through the wilderness towards the Promised Land, as well as various laws and rituals. The book of Deuteronomy contains a series of speeches given by Moses to the Israelites before they enter the Promised Land, including a restatement of the law and various blessings and curses. The Torah is a foundational text for Jewish theology, law, and practice, and it continues to be studied and revered by Jews around the world. Its teachings have also had a profound influence on Western civilization as a whole, shaping the beliefs and practices of Christianity and Islam as well. Mount Sinai, also known as Mount Horeb, is a mountain located in the Sinai Peninsula of Egypt. It is a significant location in Abrahamic religions, particularly Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. According to the Bible, Mount Sinai is where Moses received the 10 Commandments from God. The mountain is also associated with other important events, including the burning bush that Moses encountered and the place where Elijah received the word of God. In Islam, it is believed that the prophet Moses received the revelations of the Quran on the mountain. Mount Sinai is a relatively small mountain, standing at approximately 2,285 meters or 7,500 feet. It is part of a larger mountain range that runs through the Sinai Peninsula. The mountain is characterized by its rugged, rocky terrain and is often covered in snow during the winter months. The mountain is accessible by foot, and there are several routes to reach the summit. The most popular route is the traditional Siket el-Bashait path, which starts from the monastery of St. Catherine and takes approximately 3 to 4 hours to reach the summit. There is also a camel trail that can be used to reach the summit. The summit of Mount Sinai offers spectacular views of the surrounding desert landscape. At the top, visitors can find a small chapel that was built in the 6th century by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian. The chapel is called the Chapel of the Holy Trinity and is an important pilgrimage site for Christians. Overall, Mount Sinai is an important religious and cultural site that holds significant historical and spiritual importance for people of many faiths.
The Bible appears to contain coded messages. In 1997, Michael Drosnin, a reporter, published the book The Bible Code. His book discussed some mysteries surrounding the Bible and that it held predictions for historical events, such as the assassination of the Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, or several comet collisions. Drosnin discussed numerous other theories about how the Bible could predict world-shaping events that happened in his other books within the series. Drosnin was not the only theorist of the secrets of the Bible, but he drew inspiration from a book published in 1994 called Equidistant Letter Sequences in the Book of Genesis by mathematicians Doron Whitstone, Ilya Rips, and Yoav Rosenberg. They argued and presented evidence that the Bible had hidden information and discussed famous rabbis of the past. The method they used to discover these hidden codes and messages is called the equidistant letter sequence. How the technique works is that you pick a starting point in the text, or in this case, the Bible, and then skip a number while selecting letters and skipping the same number of spaces every time. The words selected will sometimes create a word. It may sound confusing, but ELS is efficient if the letters of the text are arranged in an array like they are in the Bible. Timothy Smith is one of the most recent experts to claim that secret messages are hidden within the Bible. His theory derives from using a computer-driven application of the ELS method and his own knowledge to uncover hidden messages. His work is called the Leningrad Codex. That being said, his work has been labeled as biased, as Smith is a Christian and all the conclusions he discovered are related to the religion. At this point, there is no clear evidence that the Bible has hidden messages, but experts are constantly working to unravel any mystery that shrouds the most famous book in the world. What do you think? Are there hidden messages within the text that might have warned us about the tragic events happening in our world?
So, what do you make of these incredible artifacts and discoveries? There are many religious artifacts that hold great significance for different religions and their followers, and it's important that all of these are treated with respect. Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.